Hey guys, it's me, Brad, back here at Brad's Workbench. So, I got some more coffee and I'm ready to do another live stream for the day. And what I'm gonna do is install Ubuntu. 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 Yeah. So we're gonna install that. So let's actually check it out. So Ubuntu is a Linux operating system. Wrong keyboard. Get my keyboard. So let's go. That's nice. Instead of auto installing, it pops up and asks you. That's a lot better. So we're gonna type in Ubuntu.com. I misspelled it in the search, but Google knows best. So it's a Linux operating system and allows you to do different stuff, I guess. Same stuff, really. Just different people, different manufacturers, free, most of it. But we're going to install the 20.04. So this is going to be an ISO whenever you download it. If you don't know what an ISO is a disk image, a CD. It's like a virtual copy of your CD. And you can make copies just from that file to a real CD. And it's really streamlined process. You hit burn, put a new blank disk in, and hit start. So that's how. That's what ISOs are for. The problem that we're gonna have is we're gonna need to turn it into the USB version. But there's a really crafty program called Rufus, R-U-F-U-S, ISO. Let's just say Rufus ISO. And it's rufus.ie, so that's where we're going to need to go. Advertisements, go figure. So where is this download? Watch out. Alright, so rule of thumb. Whenever you see advertisements on a software page and you see the word download, don't instantly click it, because it could be a download for an ad. So keep that in mind. I see here, if I scroll down and pay very close attention, that I can get a Rufus portable version, or I can get it from GitHub. I'd like to get it from GitHub. But I'll just get the portable version. And that downloads really quick. Oh, it's not the default browser? Let's set this thing as the default browser. Default. We'll make this the default. I'm still doing updates. I just did a live stream about installing Windows, and this is what I get. Updates. Google Chrome and switch anyway. Now it's the default. And it wants me to do a restart too. cool if I could somehow work the cameras into. It would be cool, but Ubuntu's almost done downloading. I may as well concentrate on that. Oh no, I don't want to download it again. Verify the download. So where is this? Open download. Open download folder. So I want to open up Rufus because the ISO file is a file for Rufus because that Rufus will convert it to a USB for me. So insert this guy. Scan for threads. No. So it's already selected. We need to select the disk image. Select down Ubuntu. And it should automatically fill out everything actually. So we'll click on start. And it says, we're about to delete everything off this flash drive. Are you sure? Yes. Use the recommended settings. This is basically a similar process how Windows does their creation tool. That's one difference between Windows and Linux. A lot of Linux stuff is manual. You have to do a lot of self configurations. Just a few more seconds. And there it is. So this, in theory, should be now a bootable flash drive, which I want to eject. So after I eject it, I'm gonna go to Shutdown. Let's go to Shutdown first. Alright, so it's off. Unplug the power. So I got another hard drive here, and I'm going to install because I don't want to lose this installation, because I may have to show you something on it later. Like, I plan on doing multiple videos, and it's just easier to have it an easy setup and set it up right in front of you. So I just switched out the drive. That's all I did here. And then now I went pop this in. I think it was F8. So I'm gonna push the power button and get ready to press F8. Oh, okay, F8. F8 worked. We're gonna go to SanDisk, because that was the name of the thing. And this is Ubuntu. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit on install. Go straight for the installer. I don't want to try it. So it's going to verify the flash drive, make sure the whole thing is exactly what this is supposed to be. Like, so that way you don't install a bad 1 or 0. So my language is English. Keyboard and mouse is still English, just like in Windows. However, I want to do a minimal installation, and I don't want to download the updates, because I'd rather show you how to do the updates, because updates are repetitive. You gotta do them. There is an automatic updater too. Don't worry. It is kind of annoying because it always requests to install them instead of just installing like Windows does, which is good. I would say, because I like that way better. So we're gonna use the entire disk to install Ubuntu, and it's gonna say we're gonna delete this and everything on it. Click on continue. New York time zone's okay for me. Let's call it YouTube again. And this is ZBox MI531. It's just labeled under mini PC. And it is a mini PC. It's a full-fledged computer, just, you know, tiny. It does require a password. What, my password on this is just gonna be password. Can it be password? Let's try YouTube. So I hope I don't forget that. Y-O-U-T-U-B. I don't see how it doesn't match. Y-O-U-T-U-B. I guess it didn't match. So don't forget that's your password. That's why I typed it in 50 times. I'm gonna forget this password. I'm gonna change it to password. Some people say they get really confused about how to use Linux, and it's just because it's not as pretty, I would say. You gotta do a lot more typing in a black and white box. Old school people call them terminals. But once you learn the terminal, it's really easy to remote log in if you need to. Or experiment with routers, wireless technology. Most of that stuff's in a black and white box. Almost. And yep. So we'll remove the flash drive, push enter. Skip. Next. Next. I'll be happy to help them out. And done. Just read everything. That's just I already read everything. I'm just used to going through it really quickly. So the black and white box is the terminal. So I need to change my password. So I just type in passwd. It's going to ask me for my current, which is YOUTUBE. I think. Uh-oh. Did I really write my password already? Let's try it capitalized. Oh, yeah. Alright, so now my password is password. Cool. Alright, so now that my password is now password, sudo ls. This is basically list, structure or whatever, list your file structure. And password. Alright, so it tells me what's there as a root user. So sudo apt update. If I could spell it right. So apt is your package manager for Ubuntu. Sudo is how you run command as an administrator. So as an administrator running the program apt, I'm calling update, which is going to do a fetch of the current package in the area. I mean, of a list of all the packages in the repository, which is where it gets its software. But upgrade will use that list to determine what is different versions, and the newer version will be selected for the upgrade. And those are all the new files that after I did the update, it told me this is what's in the repo, and whenever I called an upgrade, to say this is what the upgrade is in the repo. So I'm gonna click yes. This is gonna update all my current installed files. So while that's installing, I know it's already halfway done and it's taking a minute. I thought it was going to be a little quicker. But I did have an older flash drive, so I bet you if I would have... Actually, no, I did reflash that one. Well, it just takes a second. But in my projects, I use some stuff in Linux, and I'm going to go ahead and show one of them to you. And it's called Node Version Manager. So I'm going to go to Google, type the word nvm node.js. And it's going to take me to here. And I want to scroll down and get this top line for the install right here. Copy. And oh, almost done. Nevertheless, I'll just open up a new tab and hit paste and give it a shot. So NVM should be available now. Let's try another tab again, because it's really simple to install, and it's just a little script. Yep, it is installed, and that's done upgrading. Probably on like a nice restart to install that latest kernel. But I want to install NVM Node version v12. So NVM install 12. Alright, so it installed v12 for me automatically. And now if I type node v, it should pop up. 1220. So there's another thing I want to install is platform IO Linux terminal installation to CLI for platform IO. I'm going to be using a lot of platform IO for my Arduino stuff, which you'll see a lot of that stuff, but it's really easy. Like, it's better than, I would say, configuration of boards, definitely, versus our Arduino IDE. So go to the installation method for CLI. So it's telling me to install other requirements. Right there. Alright, so I have to install these UDEV rules. Now it's telling me to copy that one line, not but all of it. It's one or the other. So I don't have curl installed, so sudo app. So app is our package manager. So app, and then we went install. C URL. And you gotta type in your password. Oh, that's not the password problem, it's that finger problem. There we go. So now that that's installed, I can use the arrow keys to go to up and down to previous commands. So UDEV 99 rules, and it should have automatically installed them. And now let's restart UDEV. So if you use, you know, copy into your clipboard, then you go over and use your middle mouse button, it will paste into terminals or anywhere in Linux, I believe. It's like your paste button. It's a lot faster than Control V sometimes. And Control V doesn't like to be used in terminals because that's an operation, not a command. So we'll restart the UDEV service. Those UDEV rules allow the the Arduino devices, whenever I plug them in, they give me permission inside of Linux to use them as this user, basically. So do I have Python 3? I do. So Control C, middle mouse button. Oh, really? So sudo apt install BYT3. I'm gonna install a couple other ones. libudev, libusb. Which would be developer dependencies. Let's try that again. Okay. So it's PIO. PIO. Maybe not. Let's open up a terminal. PIO. link. Alright, we gotta follow some more instructions. This is what I'm talking about. This is why it's different than Windows. So, do I have gedit? I do. So, gedit dot dash rc. Yeah, let's go to the very bottom. Oh. I have to turn off text wrapping because it gets hard to see where stuff is. So I will paste that at the bottom of here. Then I'll close it after saving it. Is that platform IO? Yep. Okay. And it should be really easy to upgrade from here. Upgrade platform IO to the latest. So it's already latest, I believe. Yep. Good. And for virus protection, I'm not saying that everything is particularly vulnerable. I mean, not vulnerable, like inside of Linux. But it's harder to get viruses because you're limited to the software repo. If you stay limited to that, you know, any operating system can get a virus. But I don't recommend installing antivirus on this, depending on your need. I unplugged this machine, so whenever I'm not using it, so it doesn't hurt me to use it whenever I need, need to. And also, if I have a problem, I'll just reinstall it. As you can see, this is my whole setup basically. I can actually go from here and install something else to accommodate the platform IO, which would be Visual Code Studio. And that's a Debian package. There it comes, popping up. Click on install, password. And this platform for Visual IDE for Visual Studio will download all the necessary tools and stuff like that too, just like the command line version. I think it even uses the command line version if that's available. So that should be it for there. Alright, that's how you get a quick and easy Ubuntu development stuff working real quick. There is actually a bunch of other software. If you just go to the Ubuntu software thingy, you can actually see there's a lot of free software in here that will replace a lot of the paid software. It may not be as good or have all the functionality as the paid stuff, but if you like the free version, you can contribute to that project in other ways, like by giving them software source code to if you participate in their project, or you can pay them money. So just to keep projects going and alive and updated and new features. Let me see. Let me go to photos and video. So VLC is definitely one of the things to install. It really plays a lot of stuff. Like if you have a video file that you can't play on anything, try it through VLC. But that's pretty much how you install Ubuntu and get going. It's fully featured and really easy to use. Other than that, guys,